What is going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel for another album review. I'm your boy Naseem the Dream. If you're new to the channel, just go right on ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell as well to always keep notified on my newest content. And today, I will be reviewing this new Drake album, honestly, Nevermind. So, ladies and gentlemen, right here we have the brand new LP from the 32-year-old Canadian singer, rapper, actor Aubrey Drake Graham, honestly, Nevermind. Following this latest release, we have his LP Certified Lover Boy, which is actually pretty odd because this is still a very young LP since we received it in last September. Commercially, it seemed to gravitate more towards what this fan base is really always looking for in a new Drake record, but for me, I feel like off of the given value, this, in my opinion, is some of Drake's worst work yet. But it's obvious with the streak of unflattering projects that came out of recent works, but that Drake is pretty comfortable with whatever he comes out with, which, yeah, I guess he's earned that at this point, but I feel like there's still something that should be acknowledged when an artist that has such great potential starts to show much lack of effort into their songwriting material. Probably an unpopular opinion, but if I'm gonna be honest, it seems pretty right to me. But anywho, now we're given this brand new project, honestly, Nevermind, and yeah, the downfall continues from here. But I mean, seriously, if we're gonna already go in and dive into what this record has to offer, it is already on a minuscule level, if you ask me. Just sitting in the first minute of this record is already displaying a major lack of creativity in how it starts off with this intro, which is actually an interesting jazz section, but then it just cuts off and just starts with the song falling back. And I mean it cuts off in a very ugly fashion. It really sounds like the kind of effort that a producer would really put in that is only 3 days into his career. Knowing all the people that are behind Drake, knowing all the money and all the producers, anyone that he can get onto this record, it's just kind of weird that you're okay with this, but whatever. Before the song falling back, the only thing that this song has really going for it is the bass lines. Other than that, the entire thing is just cringe as fuck. The entire mix is just absolutely atrocious from front to back. It's like the man has just totally forgot how to make a melody. To me, there is zero display of that Aubrey Graham touch on here. This makes me want to go back to Elon Musk Don't Doubt Your Vibe and appreciate that song way more. Because if it isn't obvious, like I should have mentioned earlier, this is technically a dance album, a house dance album, which I get a lot of people like, oh, this is different. He's stepping into new elements of songwriting material, and he's just going into new elements and really just evoluting his taste, and this tastes like dirt. Getting into some of the samples that I really recall from this record, there is this loop of this chair squeaking onto the song Currents, and my god, if I had a sharp object right next to me during my play, I would have pried my nails off my feet just to take me away from the torture of playing this record. I had some high hopes for the track Sticky just because off of the popular opinion, I heard that that was the track that was the banger off of the record. And sure, I guess I can see why people are interested to that level, but it's definitely not as good as I thought it would be. What I've heard so far, I gotta say that I think it was just hyped up way too much. And I'm not even gonna blame the fans for that, because even on the track itself, there's an added vocal of who may be the producer Gordo that is just saying that this track is way more clean than he thought it would be. Yeah, that's cap. Because to me, even at this point in the record, I still don't see the effort being put into this album. I don't see the passion being put in to try to create a heater that this may cause, just because this is just such a stiff and unstrategically thought out project so far. I just don't feel the vibe at all from this song like how I should. If I'm gonna be honest, I think I prefer the song Massive over Sticky because it still has that problem that has this constant in the mix that I feel like can be a bit tedious. But at least this time they're playing around with the effects, like throwing in some underwater effects so it doesn't get so mind-numbing. As well as I do enjoy the dance chords in combination with the thumps and the double time. For the track Overdrive, it attempts to create a more euphoric experience by opening up a faded distorted guitar solo over crystalline chimes that ultimately just results into a knockoff R&B club track. The most dynamics I spotted onto this entire LP probably comes from the track Liability, because now there's some auto-tune being thrown around on here this time, but it still doesn't do anything for me personally. And then we gotta acknowledge the track Jimmy Cooks, which it's a hype hip-hop trap song. It is. I think it's pretty good, but it literally has zero business being on this record. Sonically, it is identical to literally none of these tracks. Conceptually, does nothing, absolutely nothing for the album. It almost feels like Drake finished this album and then went, oh shit, I forgot to add this song that I made with 21 Savage. I guess I'll just put it on the record. Like, dude, at that point, you really should have just put this song out as a single because it makes no sense being on here. All around this project just runs into circles, not sure of its destination, its execution, or the reality of itself as what it's trying to do. This is absolutely a major fail of confidently stable dance records that just lacks an immense amount of creativity and work that could have been put in at least to the minimum. And I don't even think that they even wanted to do that. It hardly sounds like they wanted to try on any of these songs. Drake nearly on every single track has just been unbearably boring, uninspired, uncharacteristic, utterly annoying, and not even the least bit impactful. If I'm gonna be honest though, even though I think this record as a whole is not good, it's not like it matters. I mean, granted, no one else's opinion, including mine, should truly influence somebody's direction into their artistry. And I sincerely mean that. I just want the ideas to come from the artist's mind and decisions. But to me, the idea seems to be to make an insignificant addition to a visibly moment in time when the artist just wanted to come out with background noise. Just background noise. And it's not even intentional. I'm sorry, but if I'm gonna space out this much during a play, it is obviously just background noise. If a track holds any slight interest to me, I'll notice it. It is so obvious that Drake is just not giving a shit at all of what the work is being put into this record. How the track's dynamics show when he goes monotone on literally all these fucking tracks. It's just ridiculous. These songs in their halfway point feel like they're turning into this like prog electronic song where it just wears thinner and thinner on my patience. And look, I respect anybody's thoughts on what they think of any of these records, no matter whom the artist, no matter what they had a problem with, what they love. That is all so dope. That is so great about music and how it's subjective. But if we're all gonna be on here saying that there's great layering on these tracks, we need to stop lying to ourselves. I wish I could give you a more dissected, in-depth review of this album, but this is the same when girlfriend broke up with me, won't text me back bullcrap with a terrible delivery, terrible fan service, and just an overall bland sound quality. This album is just not good, and I'm just gonna give Drake's Honestly Nevermind a 4%. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go on and like, share, comment down below, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Down in the description, you see all the separate tracklist ratings I had for the album, more videos, and also the links to my social media accounts, so you can keep with me on the daily, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one.
I love you, Rosie.
Deuce!